Okay, so I wanted to make a quick video because it came up in one of the groups regarding the panhard correction kit. When your suspension is stock, the bar is horizontal, so it's at the 0 point. You have upward swing under compression, and if you note the amount of gap that's there between the bar and the piece of aluminum that's there, you'll see it's pretty small. And then same thing as you go down here. So you have just a little bit of side-to-side deflection, but it always is based around the 0 point. So if we take our 4runner Jeep, what have you, that's a multi-link suspension, or I'm sorry, a multi-arm suspension. And let's say you want to lift it. You want to lift it 2.5 inches in the rear. So you've lifted it, and this is why, through that gap right there, why people talk about having an adjustable length panhard bar, because you can correct and recenter the axle under the vehicle, have the same amount of wheel tire protrusion on each side. But now what happens is, as the vehicle is cycling, let's say you put on some suspension and it gives you another 2 inches of down travel, your up travel is still arrested by the bump stops that you guys should have on there, so that motion remains the same. As you go past 0, up at 5, it's the same. But now, when you go down from your new ride height, 2.5 is your new ride height here, as you go down through your full length of travel, now all of a sudden you have a big gap down there. So the idea behind a panhard correction kit is to correct for that so that there's very little deflection. I know here in the demonstration it doesn't look like much, but what that translates into on the road is the vehicle, especially like in a 4runner, the back end of the vehicle moving in an ellipse essentially as it's trying to stroke vertically. And what that translates into for the driver a lot of times is you end up chasing what the rear of the vehicle is doing with your steering. So your steering is pretty active. We're used to it, or drivers get used to it, because that's what we do when we're driving, we just correct. But when you finally have that PCK on, it makes a really huge difference in the actual act of driving, in that your steering is much, much calmer. So just wanted to share that stuff with everybody so that everybody learned something.